Hi everyone, I'm Peggy Rometo and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Okay, you guys, a lot of firsts here. Today's the first day of Hanukkah and the first day of Advent. So two very important religious connections for a lot of people. And so we are here today, as always, to get in touch with that part of ourselves that's always connected to God, to always allow ourselves to be able to be neutral and to be able to receive whatever it is that we need to know for the week. So let's go ahead and do the practice of just coming into that heart, into that home that exists inside of you, relaxing, letting go of all the curiosity or attachment or excitement or nervousness. And then we take 3 long breaths, following our imaginary white light down through the body, all the way down to the center of the earth, into that beautiful sacred space. And then we inhale that white light all the way up through the body, holding it for a count of 3 to the crown of the head, and then releasing, letting go all the way back down through the body, right? And we do that cycle 3 times, each and every time letting go, and each and every time allowing ourselves to come into that space of being neutral. Okay, so let's see what's in store for us this week. So go ahead and just relax. And let's do that first breath. Okay, so interesting. Immediately, what came in for me was an internal vibration of kind of like balancing things, right? Like just letting go and finding our way, recognizing that we are a rudder, recognizing that our capacity to influence people around us, and whether we use our faith to do that. So if you're somebody who celebrates Hanukkah, or you're somebody who celebrates Advent and who uses that to deepen your spiritual connection, that's all perfect and good, and it's allowing us to tap into those windows of time, right? So by recognizing and acknowledging that those are windows in time, we can use those energy connections, those portals, to be able to create miracles in our life, or to create miracles for one another, or to help us recognize that sense of peace, that connection inside of us, for those of you that are Christian, of Jesus's birthday that's coming up, right? So there's all these opportunities around us that all bring us into where? It brings us into our heart. It brings us into connection with a greater source, more powerful than we are. And it's all starting today, right? On Sunday. So that means that no matter what is going on in the outside world, no matter what the narrative is, no matter what variants at play or whatever is going on in the outside world, outside of our internal spiritual development, we have peace. We are barometers of that peace. We have the capacity to connect with that energy and then to influence our outer world, influence those around us. And that's what we're being shown this week, that today is the first day for us to align with that energy, with that peaceful energy. And as I say that, can you guys feel the goosebumps coming in? Can you, awareness, as you have awareness around these these portals of energy, what happens? It creates an expansion for us. So when we're not aware, when we go through just the intellect and the physical world, we're left out in the dark, right? We are left to our own devices, which usually isn't great, because we're in our mind and we're trapped and we're thinking all these things and we're reacting instead of stopping and pausing. So we're being asked to recognize these portal of energies this week, to relax into them and to expand your capacity to be able to influence other people around you. So I can really feel it in my heart. My heart feels really open, and then you feel that kind of like goosebumps coming up from your legs, because this energy is coming in, right? So it's like coming towards you and coming up and filling you up. and then expanding out. So if you imagine that, if you imagine that energy coming in through the body and up and then out through your heart, and you can send it out your heart, you can send it through your home, you can send it to all of the people that you love. And just as you think about them and you send them this energy, notice how your body relaxes. Notice how it just like gets quiet and calm, because we're using that energy of the creator, right? We're using that energy of the creator. And notice it doesn't make any difference whether you're Jewish or Christian or somebody who's non-denominational and doesn't practice those faiths. We all have access to the energy. We all have access to that creator consciousness. We all have access to that connection. And whatever way or means that you need to gain that access, have at it. Because that's really what we need. We don't need divisiveness, right? About whose is the better way or the faster, quicker path, right? That's just another way that creates division. So however you get there, right? And use the energy to make a difference for everybody around you, but especially you. Because when we can stop ourselves from reacting, from being in a narrative that doesn't serve us, whether it's fear or whether it's pointing fingers at somebody else and saying you're wrong or don't you know, or all those narratives that are out there, whether it's politics, whether it's health, whether it's something as simple as social media posts, all those things, right? So what we're being asked to do is just to recognize that this energy is available for us this week. We just have to pause and connect with it. And as soon as we connect with it, we now become the influencer. We now influence the energy around us and expand that in the world. We expand that energy of love, of miracles, of rebirth, of new birth, right? Boy, every time I say that, I can just feel my whole body's like lighting up and going out there. Okay, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. Wow, it's just such an energy of patience and acceptance and just love, right? Just witnessing others and where they're at and just loving them, allowing them to be where they're at. No judgment. Like when we're really embodied, there's nothing going on up here, right? So there's no judgment, there's no pro, there's no con. There's like, oh, I agree or I don't agree. That's all gone. And it's just the feeling, just that feeling of connection, that feeling of love, right? That allows us then to connect. Isolation is the thing that is really destroying people. Being isolated, being alone, being afraid. This is the energy that will cure that. Reach out to people, connect with people, let people in. If you're somebody who's listening to this and somebody sent it to you, there's nothing to be afraid of except the fear, right? Let go of that. Can you feel the tension in your chest? I'm not saying give up your mind. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying be foolish. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying listen to your instincts. I'm saying listen to that part of yourself that has all the answers all the time and that really knows what to do, and you just have to stop and slow down and feel what's true for you, right? And as you breathe in that connection for yourself, you'll be able to know every step of the way in the moment what to do. But not from a place, is it safe or not, but from a place of what serves me, what supports me, right? How do I want to create my life? So shifting the narrative from the negative to the positive. And that takes some slowing down. It takes some discovering, wow, what was that thought in my mind? That was like, why was I afraid? Where was that coming from? Was that me, or is that something that was fed to me? Right? So once we start to slow down and really start to see how our minds are creating our experience in life and whether or not that serves us, and as we relax and let go and allow more that deeper knower, that divine knower inside of us to really be guiding us, that part of ourselves that's always connected to God or the creator or our higher self, whichever it is that you may believe, as you awaken and connect with that part, notice how everything gets quiet. There's just a settling that occurs and an availability of all parts of ourselves. There's nothing that's cut off. There's nothing that's deficient. There's nothing that we're leaning back from, right? So these are beautiful ways in which you can start to slow down and have more of a sense of presence, and of also then what's available for you in your life. Because when we're very present, we have everything available to us, all possibilities there. And then that way we can really choose to interact or not. We can choose to bless and release something, or we can choose to go for it. But when we're afraid, it shuts all of us down, right? Can you, every time I say the word fear, can you feel your heart just constrict, just get super tight? Yeah, and I can feel it up in the throat, I can feel it in the breast, I can feel it in the back, right? So when you when you let go and you welcome in the possibility or the opening for these two beautiful religious connections that are spiritual openings for us, right? Your whole body starts to relax, and it almost feels like running water, right? Where everything is just running fluid, open, relaxed. So that's what this week is about. It's about us slowing down, practicing that expansive energy, bringing it into all areas of our life, whether it's your work, your home, your meditation, conversations with your best friend, your lover, your partner, your kids, your parents, right? And you just being present for them. And it's so interesting, right? Like our mind wants to go elsewhere, or we're being pulled elsewhere. It's an energy pattern, a consistent, like, hurry up and go. So we have to like recognize that and just stop, right? Like, stop. And when we can get off that merry-go-round, what happens? Everybody else can too. We can start to show people through our actions how to slow down and how to unplug. And when we do that, the fear narrative dies down. That, oh my God, what's happening, dies down, right? And the more that the collective consciousness can become present, the less fear has a hold on us or a grip on us. Life occurs as it occurs. There's nothing that's changing. We're not changing anything but ourselves. And when we change ourselves, we change everything. So I'm not asking you to go convince anybody of anything. I'm asking you to change yourself. Slow down, take time, breathe, meet people where they are. Let the peace in, let the love in, let it fill you up. Let these two miraculous energy fields align and open and carry you, and just notice how happy you become. Notice how insignificant things become. It's really interesting. I've been playing with this all morning. Once I recognized that that both Advent started today and Hanukkah started today, I was like, wow. And I could feel both these energies. I was like, well, as soon as I start this, I have to presence these two energies because they're so, I mean, they're miraculous, right? Both create miracles. Both create miracles. So we have the energy of miracles, that the season that is upon us. So, and all we have to do is become present to that possibility. And when you're present to it, it can find you, right? There's an opening there. All right, let's see if there's anything else in store for us this week, as if that's not enough. So let's see. There's just a lot of excitement at the end of the week, and a lot, and also I see movement, and I also see like Mother Nature, like movement into nature, and you're being asked just to really allow Mother Nature in as a mechanism to heal, to calm, to have fun, to celebrate. But they're also just showing me that this excitement coming towards the end of the week, and just connecting with people, connecting with loved ones, and even some surprises, surprise meetings, bumping into people that you haven't seen for a while, whether it's at the store, whether it's at an airport, whether it's pulling up to each other on the freeway. But I just see like this excitement of like, oh, hi, right? So these, we all emit frequencies, right? We're at a certain vibration and frequency. So there's never any accident when you're bumping into people and you're reconnecting with people, right? So it's really an opportunity of connection and of acknowledging connection, and then acknowledging it when it's happening to you, when somebody is back in your orbit again. Embrace them, love them, inquire about it, get curious about it. Why are they showing up? Is it just so that I will slow down and make time for them, or is something needed of me, or what's going on here? So there's always a bigger inquiry when we cross paths with somebody. And sometimes it's as simple as, I love you, right? Okay, you guys, let's see if there's anything else in store for us. Just the feeling of community is coming up, and family, right? And really, as some of these narratives get louder, right? As more spikes go up and conversations go up and more focus goes on, oh my gosh, as it goes up to that. And I don't mean to make light of that, because one of my, very dear friends died from COVID a year and a half ago, right? But here's the thing, at the end of the day, do you want to live in love, or do you want to live in fear? And that's all. Because there's a lot of ways to die in this world. There are, right? And if you want to focus on that every day, you can, and your world will get very, very small. However, there's a lot of ways to live, and a lot more ways to live. So let's focus on living. Let's focus on receiving. Let's focus on connecting. Let's focus on this miraculous time we have. The fact that we're here at this time in the world, and that we have a voice, and that we can connect with one another. So sending you guys lots of love, sending you lots of joy and many blessings, wishing you lots of miracles in your life and in those that you love. Have a great week, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the weekly wake up. If you like it, please click like, share it with your friends, comment below, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a miraculous week, everyone.